let's take that as a moment to begin to look at social prescribing, because that's something we also wanted to touch on. I mean, we've already said it's a bit of a mystery. Well, the whole landscape is a bit of a mystery to orchestras and indeed to all of us to some extent. But I wondered what maybe you, I mean, I know that you've recently been running a pilot in terms of social prescribing. Maybe that would be a good way of illustrating how it works and maybe what the potential is for orchestras. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so this was a partnership between the Tessa Jowell Health Centre in South East London, which is a relatively new clinical commissioning group, but one with quite a wide remit. So there's a whole array of services that happens within that one building that goes well beyond the sort of traditional idea of a GP surgery. So between them, ourselves, Dulwich Picture Gallery, who are actually the kind of lead cultural partner on it, and Breathe Arts, who have come out of St Thomas' St Guy's, the NHS trust there, and do lots of sort of participatory artistic activity, but also are very experienced in evaluation and things like that. So our focus over the past few weeks has been on a series hosted by one of our musicians, Ruth Gibson, pianist, and various members of the orchestra focusing on mindfulness and using music as a tool to help people with that. People have come to us with a huge variety of diagnoses. Some of them kind of more traditional pharmaceutical treatments, some as part of a sort of a kind of more holistic approach to healthcare. The last one only finished on Monday, so I can't give too much information about sort of how it worked and so on and so forth. But the approach really was to sort of give people something that took them out of themselves, took them out of the everyday, gave them a focus to feel better, to feel well. And I think it will lead on to lots of other things. And the interesting thing with that is the kind of different art forms that we bring, not just with ourselves, but with the Picture Gallery and with Breathe as well. I think it's a good example of the need for partnership working in the social prescribing sense. Yeah. Orchestras are very good at sort of saying, this is my bit, we do this, no one else is allowed in. And actually the best thing we can do in social prescribing is look to who else is working in our local area or the local area we're focusing on in sport or religious bodies or educational bodies, or what's the local community choir doing. It's all of these things. We will all have different roles to play. It's not that someone else is going to come and take over what we're doing. Some people will need to sing in a community choir. Some people won't be ready for that. Some people will want to be in a situation where there's maybe only 7 or 8 people on the call or in the room once we're back delivering in person, and it's a much more intimate and lower intervention state of affairs. And again, it's a slightly confusing picture because we have these link workers, and I think a lot of people in orchestras aren't really sure what the link workers do, but they are there to find opportunities. It's really a question of picking up the phone.
Yeah,